As good afternoon here. Crazy day yesterday as Ohio State rolls over Oregon and Texas did everything they could to try to lose the game to Arizona State, except Arizona State could not seal the deal there at the end. Just crazy, crazy world we live in. Get reminded of it when it affects sports and betting. So Georgia is going to play Notre Dame this afternoon, which I really liked Georgia yesterday. I liked them the day before. Feel like I like them even more today. Just a really tough spot for Notre Dame. They were carrying a lot of momentum, and I just think that running into Georgia switching their quarterbacks. I think the team likes this quarterback more. I was talking about it yesterday with J Mart. Just expect Georgia's offensive line and defensive line to dominate. And I think you're just overthinking it if you end up going with Notre Dame. You look deep into the statistics and you can trick yourself into liking Notre Dame. I know Georgia's been inconsistent, but when they've had to win, the defense has been dominant. They didn't have to win that Georgia Tech game. It was really a throwaway. It really was a meaningless game because they were in the SEC championship game regardless. They had to beat Texas both times, and they did. The second half, they shut down Texas. They shut down Texas in Texas. I like Georgia. I like them a lot. And then I just think it's going to be a subdued environment today. How could it not be? Which I don't know if it favors Georgia, but it doesn't help Notre Dame at all as they were carrying a lot of momentum. It was going to be a night game. Maybe if they got off to a good start, it was going to get them rolling. But now I just think Georgia's going to beat them up. I think they're just going to pound the ball inside. Frazier, the speedster running back, and ETN. I expect them to have big days, and I think Georgia's going to roll them. That's that for that game. I've said a lot about it yesterday, so I'll put that in the write up. The Oregon Ohio State game, if I'm going backwards for a second here before I talk about a couple other things today, I really just, man, Ohio State is so good that I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's the rest. I don't know if that would happen tomorrow, if they played again, if it was just one of those things where Ohio State got off to a fast start and Oregon couldn't recover. But every single facet of the game, Ohio State dominated. I mean, they really just didn't even try in the second half. They were just taking their foot off the brakes, running out the clock, playing very conservative. So it was 34 to nothing, like fast. It was really fast. Ohio State was really fast. The running back was fast. The receivers were fast. And the offensive line just dominated Oregon. Gabriel, lack of arm strength, definitely not an NFL quarterback, maybe a backup. But Ohio State was unbelievable. Texas, not so much. It was 24-8 in the fourth quarter, and then they decided to just kind of blow it. I mean, Texas gets so many false start penalties. I know that's not the key to the game, but it's like mind blowing how undisciplined they are. And they're about to lose. It's 4th and 11. It's 31-24. The game's over. If Arizona can get a stop there, and instead Texas gets a touchdown, goes to overtime, then double overtime, and Texas pulls it out. Texas plays Ohio State, getting 6 points, depending on where you're looking right now. I don't know how you take Texas in this game based on what you saw yesterday, but it's a matchup thing, so I'll dive into it more next week. But yeah, definitely two completely different wins yesterday. Texas barely hangs on. The running back Scadabo, sorry for getting his name wrong yesterday. He is unbelievable. I know I'm breaking any news here, but wow, he was just a freak. He did what Genty for Boise State couldn't do the night before. Single-handedly basically kept him in the game. Arizona State's defense just couldn't make one more play. So tough loss for them. Ohio State rolls. They're going to play Texas. I don't know how Ohio State's not going to win this thing at this point. So we shall see. And like Georgia a lot. The winner plays Penn State. I don't know if the extra day is going to really hurt one way or the other. We'll see what happens in the game. And only other thing I want to talk all NFL tomorrow, just because I got all this college football in my mind still getting settled back in here from vacation, and Maryland's playing tonight. And I just wanted to spend a few minutes on Maryland because I'm going to be talking a lot of Maryland here once football season winds down. They're playing at Washington. They're only giving 6 points tonight. I feel like they're just going to destroy Washington. Washington is just not that good. Plain and simple, they lost to Seattle. at home. It was a couple days ago, or not, like I think it was December 23rd, so it wasn't too long ago. Then they just rolled their last opponent, but Maryland is amazing. Maryland is like I think they have a legitimate chance here to go to the Final Four. They do everything the right way. If they get enough scoring in the backcourt, I don't know how you beat them. Derek Queen is phenomenal. He's an absolute joy to watch. So they don't play, I think, until 9:30 Eastern tonight. But if you get a chance, I would 100% watch that game. Reese and Queen inside is just too much to handle for 99% of teams. So I love that he decided to play them together. Kevin Willard's just a fantastic coach. The defense, the attention to detail, it's really great. What they did to Syracuse a few weeks ago on Saturday morning was like an absolute clinic. Demolished Syracuse in the first half. It took their foot off the brakes a little bit in that second half. And then last game against Maryland Eastern Shore looked like they were, kind of lollygagging their way through it. Didn't do much. I think they won by 15. So the spread's only 6 tonight against Washington. I love Maryland tonight. I love them in the first half. I just don't think Washington can hang. Not a very good team. So love Maryland. I'll do the Corbin Burns stuff either tomorrow or next week. It's just no point to kind of pile on once you know, I don't know, situation's over with. So I was trying to will it into existence. But yeah, the overall takeaway is not very happy. So I'll dive into one more time and share my final thoughts on it and why I think they ultimately didn't sign him because they certainly could have. They certainly could afford him. A lot of these owners could afford it. So why didn't they? Up for debate, but I'll give my thoughts on it when I do a little bit more homework over the next day or so. And yeah, that's about that. So got Georgia tonight. Really excited about this game. So really like Georgia. And yeah, see you guys in the morning. Want to do all NFL tomorrow, recap the Maryland game, and then Corbin Burns stuff tomorrow or early next week. But appreciate you guys. Hope you are doing well with your college football bets, one way or the other. And yeah, if you need to, if you're on the fence about this game, I would say the deciding factor is the quarterback for Notre Dame, Riley Leonard. It's just really, really not that good. And the only way you can beat Georgia is throwing the ball in the perimeter. That's where they have the weakness. You can throw the ball down the field against them. And Leonard's just not able to do that. It's getting a lot of dink and dunk. And then you're playing into the hands of Georgia's safeties and linebackers, which are just way too athletic. So I think Georgia suffocates them. And then on the other side of the ball, they're going to be able to run it. So Leonard's going to have to make some throws. I don't think he can. Wouldn't be surprised if this game is over before the fourth quarter. Good luck to whatever you're doing, one way or the other. I wish everybody luck, and I'll see you in the morning.